Tonight, from Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, it's week 1 of the NFL preseason on EA Sports. It's the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cincinnati Bengals. Charles Davis alongside me, and I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, folks, the wait is over. Yes, it's just the preseason, but football is back in your living room.
And I'm excited. I know you are as well. The summer heat feels good on these old bones, especially because we're not putting on pads. We don't have to be out there in that heat running into other people. But I'm glad these guys are. Football is back.
And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Jermaine Pratt there on.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 33-yard line.
They'll run it now with Robinson. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Robinson, the ball.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
James Robinson, the ball carrier.
Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Back to throw now on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafted in the first round, they expect you to play right away. And the community's eyes and fan base, they'll be on you the entire time.
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. So now the Bengals get ready for their first drive. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team that wins.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
On the carry.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and
on 2nd down, Burrow.
43-yard line.
Trying to lay one up deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
You asked tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner. Great time.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Gerald Everett there to make the grab. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym, preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with a Bengals score.
Nothing.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. They run. Robinson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on second down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 44-yard line.
First down, Jacksonville.
They'll look to throw here. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On second down, it's Robinson. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 29-yard line. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz.
The pass.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Bengals' 23-yard line.
On second down now, it's Robinson. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
7. Jaguars nothing.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was Gardner Minshew who finished things off himself with a touchdown run.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't change.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44.
His pass. Intercepted.
That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. And we got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback. He expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you can see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. From the gun, Minshew to throw. It's complete to Chris Conley. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Complete to Chris Conley.
The offense on third down tonight, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. And he's he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. A run with Ogunbowale. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Partner, in our years together, we've never really run into a player that's admitted a doubt or a lack of confidence, right? But right now, I'm just wondering about that interior line because on defense, they're starting to get manhandled at the point of attack. Do they have it in them to figure a way to reverse the tide? Because right now, they're running the ball at will. They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Trying to pick it up with Armstead. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. He's tackled the 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a first and goal.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Out of the gun is Minshew. The quick slant caught. And the Jaguars are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up. From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And a loose football. And the Jags grab it. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
You know, if this is the regular season, partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, you got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
Escaping the pressure right. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
Here's Ogunbowale. And some room to maneuver. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 15 yards on the play. First down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out in the running game.
They run it. It's Ogunbowale. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Minshew eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his leg. Now Minshew has it knocked down. Fumble. And the Bengals grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Recovering by the...
Let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play. But prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Throwing again, Finley on 2nd and 10. Going right side here, and that's complete. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there on the catch and run. 61 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. On 1st and 10, Finley. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Another try after the first down sack. Finley.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Finley. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
A gain of 3.
That's certainly playing down a distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 39.
Yard attempt.
Badgley able to knock this one through, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in just a minute as we've started the countdown to opening night. 3 more weeks of preseason action follow this, and then we get it all started less than 1 month from tonight. In our game, most of the starters have made their cameo and departed, but plenty of youngsters out there with a lot to gain or lose as we get you right back out to Brandon God.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. This taken in about 4 yards deep, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that that can bring them down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Finley working out of the gun. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The tight end, C.J. Uzama, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
From the shotgun, Finley. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
A pass complete here to Conley, and he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 12 yards there and a first down.
First down, Jaguars.
A handoff here to Ogunbowale. About 3 yards there to the 27.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Minshew with the throw caught by Eifert, the tight end. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
A gain of 7.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And the Jags are going to have a first and goal as some good running there gets them down to about the 2-yard line, knocking on the door. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with second and goal coming up.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their...
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Dare Ogunbowale ready for the regular season with his second touchdown of the game. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Taken about 7 yards deep, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At the 25-yard line.
Finley. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Dixon. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Finley. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Minshew, 1st and 10. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
At the 3-yard line.
Here's Minshew. Dancing to his left. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Gardner Minshew ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
Defensively by now, you know his ability. You know he has it in him to take off and run.
Yeah, because they knew coming into this game, but we've already seen examples in this contest that he can run the football.
I think they're going to examine different ways to rush him now. Are they going to do it with different lanes? Are they going to use a spy? But they have to come up with options because right now, he's hurting them.
And the lead is up to 18 now. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it was Gardner Minshew who finished things off himself with a touchdown run.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Cincinnati set to take over once again.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
So 2nd and 10, third quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati.
Throwing again. Finley got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And to give this time to the tailback. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. Back now in Cincinnati. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They go again with Ogunbowale, and he'll be tackled at about the 35.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Good work by Minshew there to pick up the first.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big time play.
Going with Armstead, a first down carry. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And he's taken down inside the 30. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Now a handoff looking right. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, it's no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. His pass caught at the 4.
And the Jaguars are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal. Looking to throw it, Minshew, and that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Chris Conley there to make the grab, and the Jaguars add on to their lead.
Josh Lambo.
They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And this showing really not a good one on either side of the ball, but still 3 more preseason games to follow and a lot to play for here for the guys on the field now as they're hoping to secure that roster spot.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. It just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
3-yard line.
Finley to throw it. He'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, It just can't get off the ground. And that play, they wound up losing yardage. That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar and some discomfort down there on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. Running it with Armstead. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Taken from about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And certainly this, not the performance that they were hoping for to begin the exhibition season, but still plenty to...
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
They'll take over.
CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
They'll give it back to Armstead. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. They'll stay with the run and Armstead. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
A run here with Armstead. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well.
Holding offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
First down.
Now Armstead. And he'll lose yard. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. On second down, Armstead. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Third down, it's Armstead. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line.
Tonight's final score.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Cincinnati, good night, everybody.